Morning TikTok. Um, my For You page has been absolutely flooded with various real estate agents, realtors, people commenting on the NAR settlement. And um, I'm not going to comment on that right now because it's not settled yet. So I'd rather wait until everything's been signed, sealed, and delivered before I speak on that situation. But what I will speak on is that in looking at what comes across my For You page and some of the comments that these creators are getting, it just boggles my mind that there's so much hate and disdain for an entire population of people. Realtors. I mean, I remember last year there was this whole backlash against hairstylists, and it wasn't all of them when you think about the whole thing. It was just some of them that had some practices that people didn't care for, or there was a time that lawyers were all seen as ambulance chasers, and we all know that there are some really good lawyers out there that are great at what they do. So when it comes down to it, when we lump an entire group of people that do the same thing, that have that same title, into the category of being scum and trash and leeches and scammers, it's just disingenuous, because I think we all know that there are some really good people out there that are great at their job, regardless of what the job is, particularly service professionals, which real estate is a service profession. But there's also trash. I mean, I've been on the opposite side of deals where I'm like, oh my God, like, what what are you thinking? What are you doing? How do you get clients? Because you just are terrible at what you do. And I've had to make up for that. We all know that I used to be a teacher, and there are some absolutely phenomenal teachers out there. And there are some teachers that are just like, why? Why are you here? Why are you here? We can go into every single profession. You probably right now are sitting there at work going, why are you even collecting a paycheck to some of your coworkers? Because of how inept they are at their job. So to say that everybody that is in real estate is a certain way, or everybody that's in education is a certain way, or whatever it is, it's just unfair. Yes, I know life isn't fair, but it just is not nice to do. To say you got to go find another job. I've had other jobs, and if I need to go get one, I can, but I'm not scared of what's occurring. What I do think will happen when this whole thing sort of settles in the dust is it's going to weed out those folks that are really terrible at what they do. It's going to weed out probably a lot of part-time folks, because if buyers are going to be faced with the decision to pay for their buyer agent, their representation, then they're going to want someone that is available. They're going to want someone that does this full time. So I think, which is slightly unfair, but I think it will weed out a lot of part-time folks. It will definitely weed out those folks that just don't know what they're doing. In regard to like those crappy folks and how they get hired, I wonder sometimes, like, if you're thinking of getting some sort of service, hair, nails, buying a home, selling a home, do you interview those professionals? Do you actually sit down, talk to them, have a list of questions? Are you asking your friends and family for referrals? Now, keep in mind, everybody isn't for everybody. So even if you are told someone is fabulous, they may not be your cup of tea and it may not work out. But at least you start out from the perspective of, okay, somebody else, multiple people have had really good experiences with this person. They have earned their money. So if you start out there, the chances of you coming across a really terrible agent just drops down, because you already know that someone has worked with them before and what their experience was. And when an agent knows that they have someone that was referred to them, they're going to make sure that they take care of that person, or they should. it's just really strange that we're in a day and age where people think that you don't deserve to make a living, and if really we understood the commission structure and how it's broken down, you would know that we don't walk away with what that number is that's plastered on the closing disclosure, or what you think the 3% or the 2% is. And yes, commissions are negotiable. And I've negotiated my commission. Shoot, I've given some of my commission to a deal to make sure it closed when it needed to be because of something that came up, some fluke with the lending or something with the appraisal, or so. I've contributed part of the commission. Now, when I was with a big brokerage, I had to get permission to do that. I couldn't just automatically do that because remember, the commission is not mine. It belongs to the brokerage. And then you get your pay from that based on whatever the agreed upon split is that you have. So I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. I think that there is a lot of folks out there that just, have had really bad experiences that are sharing that publicly and basically making it seem like everyone's experience is like that. But if you've got an agent that really is in it for the right reasons, and they operate as a business, like that's a big thing with my agents. It's, you know, if you can have a hobby as real estate, but you need to make that clear that this is your hobby. This is my business. This is my profession. I am the CEO and broker in charge of my firm. So everything I do has to be at a level that is beyond reproach. And I take that into consideration when I hire agents, because I want them to be and treat their business the same way. So there's a lot going on, but I think we just all need to sort of take a step back and really think about how we would want to be treated. And if we start there, everything will be okay. Have a great day.